so many games, and it's much more feasible to get casters. But even so, I feel like a caster should never be doing his own camera work because they're worrying about so much more stuff on the side, the production and whatnot. And even so, I feel it just doesn't create a good viewer experience, right? It's much better when the casters are able to just focus entirely on the game.
I think if the casters are used to it, then it's not really that bad for the viewer. It's not even noticeable, honestly.
True.
Like I said, I used to actually, and I'm not being sarcastic here, I used to actually be good at camera. But that's when I used to cast a lot, right? So you just got used to it.
Smoke's broke.
Bulba, by the way, has the worst Nyx Assassin set in the game.
You don't like it?
God awful.
Crap.
It's the newest set, too. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a look at this real quick.
Honestly, I didn't like a lot of the sets in that treasure.
This is just fucking Jesus Christ. What are you thinking with this set? Ugh. Okay. I'll try not to keep the camera on him at all this game, but no promises.
It's really not that bad. I feel like you're giving it way too much.
It's a crab.
Stick. Yeah, Nyx is a bug. Crabs are kind of crustacean-like. It fits the underwater theme.
No. I mean, that's true. It does fit the underwater theme. But...
I kind of like it. I think you're being too mean.
No, I don't think so. You can't tell me I'm being mean when I'm the king of cosmetics, bro.
Are you?
How much is the BZZ set for Pugna?
It is.
Part of it is.
Part of it. He's got a bit of gold on him.
Yeah, this looks like a little amalgamation of items here.
Yeah, he's got the... No, it's not.
Oh, he has one item that's BZZ. Yeah, one of them
does
is.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, he does, yeah. I see it. He's got it on the arms.
I mean, that's the thing about the Pugna sets, right? You have to have at least one BZZ item, or else it's not real. Top lane, by the way.
I'm paying attention. Oh, nice little D ward. Goodbye. Be eating that bad boy up straight away.
But yeah, just to kind of piggyback off what I was saying, as we might see some more action here, they're actually just
done. Too mad.
Wow.
That is big. I like that straight off the bat. Febby eating tons of damage.
Oh,
nice. But he's not out of the woodwork just yet. Mason is there. There you have it. First blood. Maybe hyped that up a little bit too much, but I don't give a hoot. I really don't care.
It's better to be overhyped than underhyped. That's my problem as a caster, is I'm underhyped all the time. This is how I cast like this.
Might actually get another kill here. Oh, Bobble does not have a stun. Never mind. The Tether's there. They're okay.
Have you ever seen one of my casts before, Bren?
Have I ever? Yeah, I cast with you.
I know, we cast once. That doesn't count, though. That was just like this situation where I'm your co-caster.
And they might get a kill again.
Oh.
Onto Mason, laying him down. Don't have the slow available. Phoenix, well, I should say QO, not Phoenix. He wants it, but look at that. Last right click from Febby will get the kill. Bulba moves back in with the stun. Two-man location coming out. QO very low, forced to back off for the time being. He has a mango available to him. He could just eat that bad boy and get another stun available. They are not, they're in a pretty decent position to try and get another kill because, I mean, this is the problem that we were talking about, right? Everyone's so weak. No HP pools at all on the side of DC.
Yeah, this is a weird tri-lane for sure. Obviously, Moon Meander's Chilling Touch is quite good, but it's not going to help Bulba at all because he's not going to be close enough to actually right-click. He's just here for a ranged stun. And in the meantime, you have a Sven Io, which is always super powerful because Sven always runs out of mana. He does have a mango, of course, but with Io there and the bottle already in tow, you have to expect these Stormhammers to be coming out quite often. And who's their third? Oh, yeah, the elusive Earth Spirit. So the cool thing about this is I think Sven Io will probably be okay in a 2v3 in certain spurts, giving a little extra XP to Sven while the Earth Spirit roams around. And then on the other side, I'm pretty sure they could get a kill onto the Clinks, or especially AA, who's very, very slow.
They suffer from a lot of problems right now. I mean, he's picked up an early boots, Mumianda has, and he has a decent movement speed, but here's that problem. Kicked back. Mumianda, the stun comes out, is going to find itself onto him, but then again, Bulba answers back. The stun onto QO, forces him back for the time being. Mason laying in the damage. Won't find the kill because of the Tether as well. Going to be keeping him nice and chipper for the time being, so trading for the time being, not getting too much out of it.
And just seeing the damage from Chilling Touch is redonkulous.
Oh, yeah.
For lack of a better word. Although there is no better word, so that is technically true.
Redonkulous is fantastic.
I agree.
You're just a beacon of knowledge.
Thank you. Is that a considered knowledge? Coining or saying a fake word?
You didn't coin it, mate. You didn't come up with it, did you? I mean...
you don't know that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
I mean, I was saying this 10 years ago, so I'm pretty sure that's before Urban
you've lived
Dictionary
a tragic life.
What do you mean? How's that tragic? Being alive 10 years ago is tragic?
Oh, God. I feel for you, Sunsan. I feel for you. I really do.
Jesus.
Yo, this mid lane is aggressive, though. I mean, MP, he's got his bottle now. He's got a tango as well, so he's going to get healed up. But
Top lane.
A lot
Top
of damage
lane.
from Faker. Top lane, I'm wondering what's going on up there. Moon Meander eating his right-click stun is out, connects. One more will do it, but look at this Mason in the back. He finds the kill with the help of it. Now Moon Meander, they want to turn this. QO does find one with the help of his team. The follow-up is there. That was like a ranged axe right there, just flowing it straight into Moon Meander, gets him from range. And QO, he's happy, you know, pick up a double kill, hasn't died, he's just free farming it up.
Oh, I wouldn't call it free farm. He has only 8 last hits, but this is a lot of kills, right? He has 1 kill, 2 assists, so he's kind of making up for that. And now he's going to take a little bit of some ancient, or I call these ancients. It's the tomato potato creep, of course. He's getting his vegetables, so he's going to be a nice healthy boy one day.
Okay.
Dubu though. Oop.
Oh, well. Sun comes out. Bulba still level 2. He's so close to level 3, actually. He's very close to grabbing that one. That's going to be imperative in them getting something. But meanwhile, Faker on mid might be in trouble. I see the camera. It's moving top. What do you see with your golden eyes, Sun?
Are you watching? Stop looking at my camera. No, it's always one of those things with the camera when it's a try v try. I feel like anytime I move away, I'm just going to miss a kill. So
that's true.
But yeah, if you want to talk about the CS in the mid lane, that's an interesting thing because Death Prophet is dumpstering MP right
dominating.
now.
I mean, MP was really struggling multiple times. You know, he's getting brought down to a sliver of HP on numerous occasions. Can't get anything out of this. I mean, QO just happily farming. I mean, you had a go at me just a minute ago for calling it free farming, but I mean, he was pretty much just eating up heroes for breakfast.
He's free XPing. You can say that.
XPing. Yeah, that's fair. They want to go for this kill into Mason, though. He's invis, but they have the dust. Dubu finds it. The stun connects very easily. Still going to be rotating around, silencing them up. They're so weak, but a body block by DC, not quite good enough. I can hear you in the background right there. You're gachi-gasming all over the place, Suns fan. And what are you enjoying the most? I think it's Febby. This poor little IO, the Tether, the survival, the HP. He gets out alive. That is crazy. And QO is still there in the backlines. Moon Meander is gone. It's the double kill. Boba, he's trapped in between the creeps. He can't do anything. He has to run himself away. But now the rotation comes in. Mason, he comes in, but there's no detection. The Morana ulti, they are happily invisible. The Moonlight Shadow is going to save him.
Yep, somewhat recently picking up that level 6. Of course, he's a level behind the Death Prophet right now, but regardless, the Moonlight Shadow was probably the reason that Sven gets out alive, because I don't think Io could really help in that situation. Extremely low HP. But Immortals are just getting the better trades right now. Big time in this try-v-try.
Haste.
And
even though the mid lane is getting dumpstered, it's still...
I mean, while we're focusing on like the tri-lane and the mid dumpster and whatnot, we haven't talked about the bottom lane at all, which is very interesting. So there's an off-lane Jakiro versus the Pugna.
Safe lane Jakiro.
That's a level advantage.
Off-lane Pugna.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the off-lane. He's kind of playing the 3, though, right?
That's true. Yes, yeah. It's what I said that the Pugna would be played, Baz. The position 3, the off lane.
You did it. You called it.
I called it, and you doubted me.
I always doubt you, to be fair.
You shouldn't. I'm very knowledgeable. I know many things. Not necessarily to do with Dota, but I know many things.
Oh, that's not going to help you in this game.
Top. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Mason, he's down. QO, another kill. He's eating these heroes for breakfast. And there's a stun on top. Moon Meander, he will be falling here. They are happy. There's a double kill. QO is mental. This guy is crazy. He is hitting so many kills right now. 5 kills, 2 assists. Doesn't even need the last hits, but he's still hitting up a very respectable 33. I mean, look at the items he's got online. Already got this Morbid Mask. Going to be working towards that Mask of Madness, most likely.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Most definitely.
I mean, the cool thing about the new Mask of Madness, obviously, it sucks that you're silenced, but the old one, you take, like, amplified damage, right? Now that you just lose armor, in addition to being silenced, of course, but now that you just lose armor, not a big deal as long as you hit that war cry. You lose, like, a quarter of it or whatever the case may be, so it's pretty nice.
Dubu has rotated bottom. It feels like they want to get this kill on the Pugna, but he's 400 movement speed. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this. You have to get very lucky. Try and find anything, and meanwhile, while all this is going on, we also see a rotation from Bulba, who's coming in down below, so they try and make something happen with Dubu here. It could work out against them, but they're going to get spotted, potentially. Is the vision there? Not quite. Dubu wants to go for this kill, and like I said, could work out against them. The silence comes out, the 2-man stun. Bulba is there. Mana break onto him. TP not good enough. Young Mojo. What a name, by the way. He will fall, and MP picks up the double kill. Much needed.
I love the team fights where you just compliment their name in the middle of it. That's my favorite.
Top lane, Mumiander. He's eating the damage. QO, unstoppable. Still not dead, by the way. 6 kills.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Sven's wet dream, right?
Yeah. I was talking about how I've seen some games recently where Sven gets off to a terrible start and then ends up finding it eventually anyway, but this is the other side of the story where Sven is off to an amazing start, which means he's going to lose this game, right? I think that's what it means. But as far as that bottom lane engagement, that's one of those instances where I think a couple of abilities ended up being missed, but Jakiro is just so much tankier than you think. Like,
that's true.
It's an intelligence hero, you know. He has 2 heads, sure, but basically anybody with 2 heads in this game, him and Ogre Magi, they are ridiculously tanky.
Yeah, 1k HP, 1.1k HP now that he's picked up the. No, the 4-star doesn't give you any stats. Silly me, I'm thinking of the Hurricane Pike, but I mean, meanwhile, Dubu is getting ran down here. Faker wants to try and go for this kill. The stun is going to connect onto 2 of them. That will mean that they can't quite collect that kill that they were looking for. But no, you are completely correct. That's an insane amount of HP for Jakiro there. You can see why he has the potential to be played in multiple lanes here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's super popular right now, but I've been a fan of that for a long time. Like back in TI6 when Weehaw was playing, I think he only played 1 game with the Jakiro mid, and I think we lost, but I know he's a big fan of that here on the mid in general. So just seeing him in a core lane or a core role that is not a support is beautiful to see. Just want to say Dubu's been doing an amazing job on this Earth Spirit. He's been getting like the best silences possible on the counter initiate for Bulba's Nyx assassin. Like Nyx has not been able to even spike Carapace before these stuns come out.
Oh, rotation. Mason is going to be met. Now moving out of the dust is popped out. So much damage out of stun onto the back lines. And Mason, he's stuck. He's in trouble. It's the double right now for Immortals. They are finding so many kills off the back of this one. The rotations, and I mean, you were bigging up Dubu, rightfully so. That kill entirely set up by him. Gets off the 2-man stun. Really impressive stuff.
Yep. They are doing everything correctly right now, and not going to stop here. Sven, God's strength about to end, but they've dealt a lot of damage to tier 2 top. So we'll see if they can actually finish this off. It looks like it's going to be the case. Wow. At 11 minutes, you have a tier 1 and tier 2 top. You don't see that very often.
I mean, I think that tells you the state of this game, the way it's been going. Because, I mean, if we take a look at the net worth right now, you got obviously no surprises there. QO sitting on almost 6k, 11 minutes into this game. You know, towers are falling all over the place. Young Mojo did manage to get the bottom tower with the help of his team. They have immediately gone into a smoke rotation as well. So they're going to be looking to go onto mid. You can see them drawing on the map right now, starting to get those movements online. They are hunting. They're looking, they're squirming. I don't know why I use that adjective, but
squirming, oh Lord, please.
All over the place, searching for it. I mean, look at this. The Crevice 4-star forward. Stun is going to connect, and a lot of damage. The burst coming out from that is going to be able to find that kill, but still, look at this now. The Moonlight Shadow by MP. He is super quick as well. He is out of there. Running himself away, but he wants more. There's 4 of them here on the mid. They have backed out. They were scared from that Moonlight Shadow, actually. They had no idea where QO was.
Oh, Moon Meander gets caught off guard. He's pretty
Will
fast.
Will he fall here? Wand?
Okay.
No, not good enough.
If this costs Miranda her life, this is going to be real bad.
At all. Okay, but the relocate, the save. Do they have any detection coming out here to try and go back onto Mason? I don't know. Faker, however, he's in the back lines. The TP comes in from Bulba as well. And they're going to be finding one onto Dubu. MP not quite going to be able to find his way out of there. And in fact, they're all pretty chipper. Dubu, the only one who fell in that engagement.
Top lane, by the way. Fortifications popped.
Wow.
Phoenix, or Kyo, yeah, I said the same thing. Kyo ends up dealing a little bit of damage there in the top lane. So, yeah. I would keep wanting to say MVP Phoenix, but Immortals are doing, again, just an amazing job this game. And Jakiro, what's he going for? He has a 4-staff going for a hood now. Make him even tankier. Pretty standard build overall for a core Jakiro. Hoods has been like super, super popular on almost every hero now. I would expect that to be nerfed actually in the next patch. I'd be surprised if it's not. But QO now with the Blink Dagger, Mask of Madness. And he will be going towards a BKB next. And one thing I want to talk about is the Mirana goes to Dragonlance. So ever since this Aghanim Scepter was nerfed for Mirana. A lot of people thought that she would just drop off completely, but instead, it's like, oh wait, she actually has really good agility gain. She deals a lot of damage, and if you just build her a little bit differently, do not get Ags, because apparently Ags is just garbage now.
Yeah.
You will own the game. And we're seeing that right now. Going to be going for a
I wouldn't say
Maelstrom
it's
and probably
garbage.
Diffusal.
I'd say it's situational.
So I said the same thing, but then Brax told me I was completely wrong, and that it's garbage, so I'm just quoting him.
Bulba gets spotted. They knew he was there. And the way it worked, Vendetted up, but they got another dust to just really focus him down. And Immortals, they find another kill off the back of it. Already, this 4K gold lead pretty early on, 14 minutes into the game. Looking like the stronger team. And I mean, I said it before the draft even started. I much preferred their draft. You know, DC, as much as they picked the Death Prophet to have a bit more tankiness, a bit of a frontliner with the Exorcism popped off, I just couldn't really foresee how it was going to work. And a lot of it was make or break whether or not QO really got ahead as the Sven. And he has in spades, so he's
oh my god, that's
style.
What?
The fadeaway stun, that is crazy. Oh, Faker might try and basically heal himself up. He trades the kill. Okay, wants to turn it around. Gonna get the Magnetize popped off onto him. Now Dubu has to get the heck out of there. However, Forever, Mason will fall because of the Macro Pyre. Overwhelming damage going to be laid into that guy. But they want to escape. They want nothing to do with this fight. The gank, it's gone badly. It's gone tremendously badly. And MP, if he didn't have that haste rune, he would have been in a sticky situation. Thankfully, he's going to get out alive.
I'm surprised that was just a 1-for-1. Where did Clinks die? Was that? Did I catch that? I can't
The
remember.
Macro Pyre, it was below the ward spot. Yeah.
So that was almost a really good fight for DC, actually, because Death Prophet, again, that's kind of I was talking about how tanky the Jakiro is, but Death Prophet, she can be ridiculously low. She has a Solar Crest right now, so pretty tanky. In addition, the Spirit Siphon is what kept her alive, despite the ridiculous stun from Dubu. That was sick.
The one thing we haven't talked about is the amount of building push capabilities that DC have. With the Decrepify, and kills are happening, stuns are coming out. Faker though, they're fighting under an Exorcism. That's a questionable scenario if you ask me, and already the tower's going to go down just from the passive Exorcism, but look at the damage. Young Mojo forced into the corner, has to back off for the time being, stunned up. Faker eating so much damage, the heals trying to come out, Ice Power for the time being. Double kill for Faker now, he's turning up, he's got healed up because of the Exorcism. It's going to be the triple, give him the Ultra, surely he deserves it. They're trying to go for this kill now, trying to run them down. They realize it is going to be futile and back off for the time being.
Yeah, Immortals maybe a little bit too confident there. They could have probably just waited for the Death Prophet ult since that tower was definitely dead. And you're right, they do have a lot of tower pushing capability for DC because Clinks can just do it anytime he wants. Kind of a split pusher of sorts, if you will. Death Prophet, it's pretty reliant on the ultimate being up, but obviously once it is, she's ridiculous. Obviously still a really good lane pusher regardless. And then there's Pugna, who is, I want to say, probably the best pusher, like pure tower pusher in the game, because you can just do it from siege, absolutely nothing to worry about whatsoever.
Never Blast is an ability. It really is. It's kind of nuts.
It is an ability. That's good.
It's an ability in the game. That's the depth of my real knowledge. But the Ice Blast connects. Boom! Straight up, hits him down. Dubu, he's down and out. Young Mojo finds that kill. And it was a Roshan attempt that was being attempted here, but the Moonlight Shadow is committed. DC forced to really just group up for the time being. Don't want to get caught off guard. And everyone goes to farming.
Yeah, the one thing if you're Immortals that you do not want to do is give up silly kills like that. Because that's how DC gets back in the game. They have very good overall pick-off potential with their heroes, especially with like a Clinks and then a Nyx Assassin giving the vision. So it's not like the easiest thing to avoid getting killed, but perhaps QO just really needs this BKB, then they'll feel super confident jumping in. He can pretty much not have to worry about anybody damaging him other than the Clinks, but again, Clinks, he's going for a Diffusal right now, by the way, so I was going to say the Warcry kind of mitigates a lot of that damage coming out right now since Clinks isn't dealing that much at the moment. So we'll see.
It's top tier 1. I mean, they've used the glyph for it again. They're relocating to the back lines here. Febby. He actually relocated from that lane, got back into it. They didn't realize he was there and just TP'd away. Nobody got vision into him until the very end.
What a beast.
But they end up taking a tier 1. Meanwhile, mid tier 2 is going to be pressured down quite heavily here. Forev is trying to go for it with that liquid fire. Forev lays down the Ice Pass. The Ice Blast, however, is going to be connecting onto him. Done by Dubu, though, will keep Mason off his back for the time being, but he still might be in the danger zone. We can see the rotations coming out already from them. Stun. The silence is almost perfect onto Mumian. They're going to be keeping him away for the time being. Forev desperately trying to get out of there, but he's slowed. Mason is on his tail. Negative armor, so weak, will not survive. He goes down.
Yeah, and DC, slowly but surely, they're picking up these kills. Of course, there's the factor of Jakiro slowly taking down every one of your towers thanks to the liquid fire. But again, like we talked about, DC has better push. So if they're able to get these pickoffs and this man advantage, then they can definitely take advantage of actually taking more objectives. So if you're Immortals, again, I'm guessing they're waiting for this BKB, and I can't blame them for that. That essentially means QO is invulnerable for that 10-second period for that first cast. And MP, on the other hand, he's the one that's dealing a lot of the physical damage as well. Has the Maelstrom, will be going towards a BKB, but that won't be for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you get into a position where they want to be going onto the mid lane here. Bulba might be in a bit of trouble here. So much overwhelming burst. And they do find the kill, but Young Mojo answers back. He's going to be sucking him to death, really just giving him the old sucky as they call it in the industry. And right now,
which industry is that?
We can't talk about that on stream. PG-13. Come on, it's family friendly. But
no, PG-13 these days, that's probably included.
Oh, you can get away with a lot, right? You can get away with a lot. But I don't think this is the time nor the place to talk about any sort of
Let's see what the chat thinks.
Sucky.
Maybe we should be talking about this a little bit more.
We'll wait until 2 minutes and then we'll finally see.
Yeah, but Mason right now, okay, he still hasn't finished the diffusal. So once that comes online, he can get solo kills on pretty much anybody but Mirana and the Sven. And then with an addition of like a Nyx Assassin getting a stun off, he can get pretty much anybody, I want to say. Not including like
stack.
A relocate. Yeah, I was watching this stack, don't worry. But BKB is now online for QO, so we'll see if they want to take advantage of this or not.
I feel like this is the go time, isn't it? Realistically, when you've got 10 seconds of basically invulnerability when QO's ulting, very difficult to bring him down, especially with God's strength being, giving him the strength bonus. Meanwhile, a lot of stuff kicking off here on the mid. I mean, Dubu, 4-staff back, but they jump on him, deleted! QO, he's got the BKB, he wants to go for these kills. Now the exorcism being used by Faker, he's healed up and he's ready to go. The man is on an absolute rampage. A double kill, not quite a rampage, because that's actually technically 5 kills. But regardless, he's going absolutely crazy, and they are finding kills all over the place. The burst damage, godlike spree for Faker. And it's going to be 3 apiece. They want to go for more here. Faker's got the Shivas. Doesn't quite connect here onto QO. QO might just be out. Indeed, he is. And Faker's like, follow me, guys. Come on, I want to get some kills. But they are going to have to back off for the time being. And that Blink Dagger pickup for QO helping him out there.
Yeah, and that, again, that's a good fight for DC, though. So the past 3 engagements that they've had, they have come out on top. And that's worrisome for Immortals since they had such a good lead in the beginning of the game. Now, looking at Sven, he popped his BKB. He took out 1 hero, but then Death Prophet was the next on his list. You just can't do anything unless you lock her down because Spirit Siphon's just going to keep her too healthy. And you saw that once that BKB was already half duration, he just had to run away. But the biggest caveat of playing Sven is, of course, or the way to actually counter him is to just kite him. And the DC spacing was really, really good to make sure that they weren't, like after the initial initiation, that they weren't getting cleaved down.
Well, they are going to slowly try and chip away at Roshan, bringing him down to half HP. I don't know if DC are any wise to this. Going to send out the Ice Blast. They are going to know and going to connect onto a few of them. Regen Rune is up as well. That's going to be handy for whoever chooses to pick that bad boy up. But Roshan will be falling.
You're a little robot-y
right now. Most likely going to be going to QO here. No. Oh, MP wants to be the recipient of it.
Can you hear me, Brent? Hello.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm currently tethering off my mobile phone.
I know. This is the first time it's happened.
I can hear you.
Have you gone over your data plan?
I can hear you. Feel free to talk and interject. No, that wouldn't lock me out as well.
All right. Well, you are responding like 10 seconds after the fact, so this is going to be a really fun cast.
Let me check.
Appreciate you joining me, Brent.
Listen, I might be seconds after.
I think you're fine now. Call this fight, Brent, quick!
I'm casting it. Please, Suns fan, don't beat me again, Daddy. Come on, the Suns coming into the back. QO, he's absolutely destroying. Moonmeander gets sliced up, 2 hits. That's all it takes. And now he's going for more. The BKB finally going to get popped up, but Faker, he's chasing him down. He's going to be trying to suck him down as well. With the exorcism, putting in so much work into him. QO is in a dangerous scenario. Has to run his little wee legs out of there. But is it going to be enough? Mason, the right clicks. He needs one more. Is it going to be done? It is. He finds it. A superior team fight for DC. And MP, he's not out of the hot seat just yet. He's going to be trying to find it. The mana burn comes out. Faker trying to run him down, silenced away, but the force staff from Forev will bring him back to safety.
Another fight for DC that is kind of, it feels like these fights are super split up, and I don't know if that's by design, but it's definitely working out to their, I just assume it is, since they are pro players after all. But if the fight is spread out, that definitely favors DC.
Yeah.
Immortals, they have good team fight. I would say better team fight than DC overall. Like the exorcism is kind of like the only thing other than Ice Blast for DC. A lot of it's kind of single target. Mason trying to right click people down. You're seeing the diffusal used there. He used 2 charges, one of which was to take off the war cry of Sven and finish him off. Sven, like we talked about how he had such a good start. It feels like his impact right now is not where he wants to be. He's getting kited. Anytime he's next to this Death Prophet, it just feels like the Spirit Siphon's going off. He's getting silenced. He's getting ultied, like the exorcism is going through the BKB, obviously, so not a whole lot he can do.
Kind of crazy the amount they're kiting him here. They're really playing incredibly well around it because they recognize that QO is the biggest threat on the team. Yes, other members of Immortals have a lot of burst damage and capabilities. You know, you got Forev with the stuns. MP has a lot of magic nuke damage as much as he's building him into a right-click carry. But that's the danger, you know. You kite out QO, who you've put all these resources on. In fact, they're going to be building the Daedalus as his next item. You know, they were waiting for this BKB, and you know we're down to 8 seconds now on that bad boy, and it's really not just getting the job done mainly because of the positioning of DC. It's been really fantastic throughout these fights.
Yeah, and if they had if Immortals had a little bit more right-click damage, perhaps they'd be doing a little bit better. Mirana is not quite there yet, and she has to go for this defensive BKB first. If she's able to get level 20, that's extra 50 damage. That's going to make quite a bit of a difference. But I feel like she does not come. I don't want to say she's. It's not like she's useless or anything. She's definitely being. She's definitely doing very well. But once you get the item after BKB, that is when she actually starts hurting a lot.
Okay.
And that at that point, maybe the fights turn a bit. But I think DC are kind of in the driver's seat right now. Despite this being a 1K net worth for Immortals, it just feels like the flow is in DC's favor right now.
Right, well...
But it's still a very even game. This is like the most even game I've cast of this entire qualifier in general, just because every CIS game, they were entertaining, but not a lot of them were that close. You know, VP won every single game. So
yeah. The struggle, but right now you've got a clash of 2 titans of the North American region right now, and they are basically just rotating around as 5-man squads. We might see a smoke attempt now. They all seem to be rotating up to the high ground to try and go for this one. DC look to be in a good position for it. I mean, Moonmeander's holding on to this smoke. They might not even need it. The scan is used here by the Radiant. They are going to be looking for... I mean, Immortals end up using the scan on top of themselves, I believe, as they were running towards it. But
yeah, I think they must not had a vision, and they thought Nyx might be there, I guess.
Right, yeah. Macropire as well, laying that down. Clear out these creep waves, keep pushing in the top lane, just rotating these players, and that's going to force the positioning of DC to be a bit more passive, but as you can see, now they've got some movement around the map. You know, Bulba and Mason, they've got both those, you know, the Vendetta, and also the Skeleton Walk, just to scout themselves around the map. They've got a lot of mobility on the back of it as well, and that's really what DC are playing for right now. And Febby, oh no, Febby, is he in trouble here? Oh, stun comes out. Ice Blast. Did it just... is it on the...
no.
Oh, it doesn't connect. Oh, he missed.
I don't know who you flame there. Do you flame the AA or Bulba?
Oh, I'd flame both.
Yeah, when in doubt, you flame Bulba, actually. Never mind. What am I thinking? Faker.
If that was me,
Wait,
I'd be screaming.
Who is Death Prophet? Let's see.
Faker?
I don't remember this lineup. That's not him, though. I mean, Faker's like a League player, isn't he? Who are we missing
he is.
here?
Who is he? I keep calling him Faker.
This is Abed, of course.
No, he's Faker now.
Okay.
He's the Faker of Dota.
He kind of is. Nah, maybe not.
Nah, I mean, is he? Who knows? Kills are happening though. I mean, you're gonna see the Ice Blast being used here. BKB was used as well by MP. And he got nothing from it. I think that was a fresh BKB. So yeah, down to 9 seconds now. That hurts. That hurts.
It does. His next item will be the Diffusal Blade. That's going to be a huge help. Be able to take out Pugna pretty much no problem. But the real issue is this Death Prophet. Like, how do you kill this wench? You know, she has Shiva. She's super tanky.
Wench.
She's going to be going for...
Whoa.
She's going to be going for a Octarine and 200 gold.
Man.
Yeah, what's wrong
Where
with
did that come from? What did Death Prophet do to you?
Look at her.
I didn't realize I was casting with a misogynist over here.
Does that make me a misogynist? I don't think so.
Wench! You can't just go around calling people wenches.
Oh, whatever, dude. Like, she kind of looks like one. Well, she is dead, so I don't think she gets hurt feelings by me calling her wench.
Here I am casting with this guy from the 17th century over here.
That's why I use it, because any of that really old lingo that, you know, I just think of like a blacksmith and his wife is a wench kind of thing. I just find it hilarious to think about. Moon Meander, level 8 here on the side of the trees, trying to get up a good ult if they ever get into an engagement here. Or he could just TP out to safety.
Boy, he is really underleveled. Oh my goodness, I haven't even noticed it.
Like when I first heard about Moon Meander being the 5, I'm like, has he ever done that before? It's not exactly the easiest transition, you know? So only time will tell how that works out.
Relocate down to the bottom lane. I think they spotted Mason, but he, you know, skeleton walk. He's out of there very rapidly. Not going to be giving them any openings. And top is getting pinged rapidly. You can tell these players, they want to contest. They want to fight this up. Forbes ready to push him down.
Ult too.
Here it comes.
It's coming.
It's coming anytime now.
Boom! It hit
missed
1.
completely.
Yes!
No, it missed.
2.
3. QO got hit by it as well, but it wasn't the blast didn't hit. It just got hit by the debris, you know.
The debris.
Fade away.
I like that.
So, meanwhile, towers are being pushed down. I mean, this mid tier 2 is very close to going down. What I need to do is tickle it a little bit, and it should be falling.
Yeah, he definitely could have gotten away with another Nether Blast and just TP'd out, but obviously pretty afraid. Not sure if they even saw the IO used relocate on the bot lane, but that's something you always have to be aware of.
No, the creep wave was there. They saw it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thanks for correcting me.
No problem.
Really appreciate
Anytime. Happy to do so.
Well, right now, looking at the Pugna here, going towards an Aghanim Scepter, which makes this hero probably twice as good, maybe even more than that, because a lot of his utility in fights is just dealing damage with his ult, which he can just do constantly, and he can heal up his teammates. Of course, you are going up... oh, I'm sorry, the AA is on his team. I was going to say you're countered, but you're not.
No, that's the beauty of the AA pick, but Smokes,
here we go.
QO, he pops the God Strength. He wants to go in on Faker. The stun is there, but he's fighting underneath the shrine. Is he going to be good enough? Overwhelming damage. Deletes him from the game. Mason has to skedaddle out of there. Boys, he's going to be in a troubling scenario. And Young Mojo, I don't even want to think about what they're going to be doing with him, because it's going to be the double kill for MP. And oh boy, Bulba, he's scouting. He's running his little wee crustacean legs out of there, but oh god.
That goddamn crab.
Really
this is big
that.
though. Mason just bought a BKB, will not have buyback. He has literally 15 gold. If they can kill him, they can do a lot of structural damage. More so than they're doing now.
His tower's destroyed. It's gone. It's melted. I mean, and look, he just destroys the waves when they come through. They're going to be going onto the back lines here. Frev yules himself up. Going to be safe for the time being, but not good enough. Now the Ice Blast. Again, does not connect onto any targets. Kyo happy to just whack this down. He wants this melee barracks, and he wants it now, but the Cold Feet going to be hexing him up. He's currently standing there. Currently still, but what a relocate.
No,
Saving
he
him.
died. He died.
He died?
He died
the
millisecond. Was it to the Ice Blast?
It.
No, it was to the Impale. Yeah.
Right, listen, Febby's going for the... he tried to do it.
Get it, Febby, get it! Oh!
What is wrong with you?
What?
You can't just do that mid-cast.
Oh! Why not?
Whose voice is that?
I don't know. Why does everybody ask me who's... It's not like I'm imitating. It's just one of my personalities.
That's one of your personalities where Febby's just... You're just really cheering on Febby.
Yeah.
You're loving it? All right.
If Io had a voice, maybe that's how... Hey! I'm Io!
Hey!
Oh, this is pretty big, though. DC's going to get an Aegis out of this.
No, keep doing voices. That's more important.
Oh! I'm Roshan. Oh, no!
God, you killed me. Jesus.
Is just going through puberty. That is his second death, I want to say. Yeah. So it's not till his third that he starts really hitting adolescence and young adulthood. So.
Oh God.
Then you'll hear a deeper voice.
Jesus Christ, get me out of here. Well. All right, but Faker. Oh God, Abed has picked up the Aegis here.
Oh, that's a terrible choice. Okay, I'm gonna flame. I know these are
and
pro
he's got
players.
The cheese.
Oh, that's fine. I think cheese is way better on Death Prophet than Aegis.
Yeah. So I mean, he just wants all of it.
Aegis on Clinks, who doesn't have enough for buy. I guess he will soon, but is way. But it's still Aegis is way better on Clinks. That means you can't use you're not getting your charges back on Spirit Siphon if you've used them before Aegis. You're not getting your ult back if you've used it. So. I mean, it's not like he can do that much. Yeah.
You don't need to worry about it. He's got both.
It's just one of my pet peeves when people pick up like the Aegis on heroes that suck with the Aegis. Like
they've actually managed to catch out Bulba here. Damage is again going to be far too much. He can't escape out of that one, and they find a kill. 50 seconds. Does not have buyback, and DC's push attempt dead in the water. They have to immediately get the heck out of there, and they're out.
Oh wow. So Pugna ends up going for a Force Staff, emergency Force Staff. I would call that. To be
instead of the Ags.
Yeah, instead of the Ags, which means he's not going to deal nearly as much damage in these fights. But Force Staff, obviously one of the best items in the game, so can't really blame him for that. I mean, that's another kiting mechanism, if you will, against the Sven, who
I actually much prefer it over the Ags.
How dare you?
To be honest, okay, I really do. As much as the Ags would be fun to see, like Force Staff makes so much more sense against the Sven, and they're already doing a decent job of kiting him, but it's just that one added bit of utility that you can just.
I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a bad pickup, but I will defend Ags to the death because, remember, something you don't get to see that often is the Pugna healing his teammates because you only have one use out of it until you get Ags.
They have found Ubu, surely. Silence. No way is he getting out of this one, and there you have it. Damage. Bringing down Dubu. They change him up, but I was about to say, you would like the Ags, wouldn't you? Long phallic objects. You're a big fan of that.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Sure. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
You got a problem with that, Brent?
No, each to their own.
Good. I really like these phallic objects, not gonna lie. I mean,
Kilo
carrying that giant sword. This is like the phallic symbol of Dota in general. Is just
what, the big giant sword?
No, just Sven, because he has like the biggest weapon all the time.
Overcompensating or something.
Oh, he's definitely overcompensating. That guy. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any genitalia.
He's half mermaid for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
What is under that?
So here's the thing, right? Slacks makes great lore series. They're very, very entertaining. But the thing that we really need to know is like personal details, like rumor type stuff.
What, genitalia of the heroes?
Yeah, I want to know what Sven's packing. Like, I genuinely, I don't know how to feel about playing him. I'd like to know whether he's a male, if he maybe is a female, or something in between.
You can literally just go to any Rule 34 website for Dota, and you can find out, my man. I mean, the internet is a big, wide place. You've got plenty of options. You don't have to ask Slacks to draw you your fan fiction, okay?
Yeah, but he's just so much more creative than me, dude. You know him. He's fucked up in the head. He's real fucked up. Like, something's wrong with that guy, and that's why I love him.
I agree with that. He's a one-of-a-kind, a unique individual, definitely.
Oh, Bulba. So Bulba with the Blink Force Staff right now, and going for a Yules on top of that. That's gonna be huge if he gets that, because he's been getting silenced so often, like we've talked about. So that will allow him the opportunity to at least get a spell off. Normally, I'd love to see an Ags, of course, since we've already talked about how much I love Ags. But
you love it.
Ags on Nyx is insane, but I think this is definitely the right choice. You need the mobility. You need the it was either comes down to Lotus Orb or the Yules to be able to take off silence. So definitely probably the right choice. But if it gets down to it, Nyx with that Ags is pretty hard to deal with.
Oh yeah, he is. He's like a siege machine, isn't he? You chunk yourself down, you turn into a tank, and just slam out those long range stuns. And I mean, it's great for high ground defenses, but also just trying to assault the high ground yourself. It's pretty good. Oh, that glyph. They're going for this tonight. Look at this. Oh, nice. Well timed.
Just smothered their own middle tower.
So Diffusal Blade, I don't know how long he's had this MP, but it is fully charged still and has 2,300 gold to boot. We'll be going for a Mjolnir. Probably wants to save for the buyback though. definitely the right choice, as they're going to smoke up now. So this will be a pretty big fight. Because remember, as long as they're somewhat close to the base, if they take out a couple heroes and Sven still has his god strength, they will decimate. And we've already seen that. They took out the top racks the exact same way.
The scat.
Yeah, Moon.
They see Moon.
It's like, I need level 13, please. Okay, I'm good.
Are they going to be able to get him, though? He is already out of there. He realizes he's in the danger zone. There's no way they're catching up to this guy. In fact, they've got nothing out of that. It was a cutesy play, cutesy smoke attempt.
That was actually bad luck. I guarantee he's just waiting for that level 13. That's the only reason he ran away. He didn't know they were coming.
Right, you need to stop talking down these pro players, please, Suns fan. It's really ruining my immersion.
How dare you?
Okay.
I'm not one of those guys that holds back, you know.
You need to hold back all the time.
I'm one of the few people that can get away with that, just because I've had a team before. These guys know that I'm not like flaming them, and obviously Dota, they know better than me in general.
Yeah, I mean I tend to hold back, but oh boy, here we have it. Dubu moves in and a bit unconventional. He misses the stun, eating a ton of damage. The ice path to try and secure that out, but Bulba with the mana burn will bring him down. Now Kuro wants to move into the fray, deleting him from the map. Now they'll be going on to Mason. Mason using that BKB, trying to run himself down, but now Faker's in the back line. I should say Abed using a lot of visibility, he's trying to kite them down. So many stuns and relocate away. We'll be saving Kuro for the time being.
Now's the time for diplomacy.
Yeah, that was a really unorthodox initiation from Dubu. He just missed all his spells. And when that happens, you don't really, they don't have much initiation other than the Sven. You don't really want Sven jumping in by himself, because in that instance, you don't really have vision of where the rest of the heroes are. So, could have been worse for both teams, honestly. It's a 1-for-1, support for support, so kind of a wash.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been shown that Abed is a real problem right now for the Immortals lineup. Now, as much as they have this big gold lead, and the Aegis expired, or it went down on Faker, I don't know, I'm not really paying attention to this game, but the cheese is in his inventory, and he has it available. I mean, he's a real problem. Very tanky, you can't really deal with him too well. And DC, they're just playing the long con. They're just waiting, grouping up, waiting to make this game go to the long term here, really, and farm up as much as they possibly can. I mean, Faker, or Abed, I should say. Oh God Almighty! I wish he'd change his name, but he almost has the level 25. I mean, he's one level away from it. What talent do you like on the Death Prophet for 25? What would you pick?
They're both good. They're both good.
That's the cop-out answer.
Well, I don't know what people usually get. I'd get the Exorcism, but that's because I'm greedy. Depends on how much he's dying, I guess.
Well, he's not dying at all. 600
HP is pretty redonk. So yeah, this game I'd probably go Spirit, because you saw the one time he died, he was just caught off in a bad position, and Sven got a really good initiation. So you're kind of going to die no matter what, even if you have 800 or 600 more HP.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's sitting with this Octarine Core and with an Arcane Rune. He's got a 76-second cooldown Exorcism, which is kind of crazy. In fact, they want to try and fight right now. They're getting the Atos out, and the Force Staff will force them away for the time being. Kyo again leaps into it. He's already picked up one kill. He's looking for more for the time being, getting kited back. Dust is going to be laid down. Faker now going to be using this Exorcism just on the cusp of it, but already the cleave damage, destroying the back lines. Bulba gets obliterated, but not before Abed answers back. The help of his team running down for it, Force Staff down to the low ground. Heals as well, going to be helping him out for the time being. Now he's going to be trying to suck away these players to the bitter end. Dubudo
they can't kill
controlling him up. 1v4. Faker, can they bring on this raid boss of a being? Still has the cheese, might I remind you, but no, decides to just eventually TP out.
Oh my god, he is so lucky that creep did not stun him.
That was so close.
I think it might have been mid-animation. But I mean, the good news for them is the Arcane Rune was still applied, literally a second left before he could actually get his ult off.
Right.
So it's up in 30 seconds. Not a huge loss, but they obviously lost that fight pretty heavily. So Sven, I would have to look again. I think what might have, I don't know what killed him. I'd have to go back, but he cleaved Bulba down in 2 hits.
Yeah.
Didn't even know he was there. That's the most hilarious part.
DD Rune for MP.
Aegis going the way of Immortals, probably.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The Ice Blast, I mean, I don't really know where he's gone with these, but they are not on the mark of the Roche Pit, that's for sure. And this will be a Roshan that's going to be falling very rapidly. And that's a cheese as well available to them. Now, they want to be trying to contest this. Faker's moving in. Oi, 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 oi. What is happening here? The buyback almost immediately. DC, they're losing so many players now. Bulba ends up falling once again. DC have to back out.
Yep, Earth Spirit buys back. DC needs to retreat, for sure. Oh, nice silence,
Still
though.
looking for more. Silence onto the Mumiander. He is spotted. Ice Blast will find its way onto MP, but it's going to be the double kill. Now Young Mojo wants to get that sucky on. Once again, looking for that damage. And look at that Never Blast destroying him. MP pops off the Aegis, but Mason, he's eating so much damage right now in his Macropire. Has to back out of there. Still Immortals, currently very alive and healthy. Going to be pushing in this mid-tier 3 now. Trying to pressure them a little bit.
Dire structures are fortified.
And the IO picks up a Ghost Scepter, by the way. That kept him alive in that fight. Only 6 Diffusal charges left on Mason, so that's something to definitely keep in mind, because that means Warcry is going to stay on Sven even after BKB. That means Ghost Scepter is going to keep the IO alive in those instances where he's getting chased down by Clinks. And that's another kind of way to kind of kite the Clinks, right? It's in a way the same type of deal with Sven, or just a different form, I guess you could call it. But Forev, level 23, I am very excited for him at 25 because that Ice Path becomes filthy disgusting.
Yeah, it is the stun duration on top of it.
Yeah, I think that's
pretty crazy.
It's not even underrated, but it just based on how it looks, like the first time I looked up, I was like, all right, that's pretty good. It's probably one of the top 10 talents in the game. It is so freaking good. 3.75 second stun is what it would become.
Yeah, that's kind of, and especially because of the radius it covers on AoE stun.
Yeah, exactly.
That is absolutely mental. And speaking of mental, QO, he's unleashed the God's Wrath. Mason forced to use the BKB. He's going to be eating up the cheese by the time it got passed to him. He's going to get healed up for now. Young Mojo also in the background. Going to be trying to suck up as many members of the team as he possibly can. But Mason now in so much pain, so much world of hurt. QO happily just slicing and dicing his way through the opposition. MP with the double kill. Now Faker using that exorcism as well as the BKB. Wants to try and run down these players. Remember, he's got that Octarine core. Incredibly difficult to bring down, and he finds the kill. Will Dubu be next? So much damage. The Ice Path now keeping him locked up. Faker so close to being brought down. They need as much damage as they possibly can get. And MP finds it. The right clicks doing enough damage, and Young Mojo will not stand a chance.
These fights are
crazy,
players
dude.
Down. They are killing like 3 of DC immediately, and it turns into a 2v5 that lasts for that long. And DP is able to take out the second highest net worth player in the game, probably the highest at the point when he died, but they still lose this fight. It's just too much. Like, MP is dealing a lot of damage. It has a 50 damage talent, has the Diffusal Mjolnir finished, BKB along with Hurricane Pike, a lot of mobility as well. And this is looking like the GG's.
Even
if Death Prophet buys back, he has no exorcism.
Buyback coming in as well. MP might actually fall in.
Okay.
Indeed, he does. Great kill. DC turning this one around. The Tether. Febby desperately trying to get out of there, but Faker, he blinks forward. He has that Shiva as well, just to catch him, but the relocate is there. And oh boy.
And that is why I am not an analyst.
Dire's middle tower is drowned.
It looks like GG. Not quite. What?
Oh my.
Blink Dagger on
Blink
Febby.
Dagger,
He's
nice.
gone.
Dire's middle tower is under
Did he just buy that?
He might have, yeah. I'm going to go with yes because I don't know. And when in doubt, you just say yes.
Yeah,
Hope nobody really picks you up on your bullshit.
I've seen the old buy the Blink Dagger, use it to get away, and then just sell it for full value. Those are always hilarious.
He's keeping it. He does not want to get rid of that.
It's definitely good. I would argue Force Staff might be better, but who might argue?
I mean, I think Blink Dagger is easily on the top 5 items in the game.
I would agree. And I think Force Staff might be higher.
3.
Well, Blink Dagger, so ever since they changed it to have no mana cost, it has really catapulted. It's actually an overpowered item, but it makes the game more exciting to watch and play. So
yeah,
for that reason alone, I have absolutely no problem with it. It is fucking insane.
Oh, it's crazy. Oh, Dubu invis up. They're going to be moving in. QO stun, connects on the 2. Overwhelming cleave damage, double kill, finds it. Macropire laid down. He wants a piece of Faker right now, Mr. Abed.
Oh my
However,
God.
he turns it around. The damage is far too much. Mason making absolute mincemeat out of him. Now Forev has to run back, but unfortunately you can't Ice Path against Abed when he has that BKB on him, and with this damage, running into him. Nice Force Staff into it, but remember, he has that Blink Dagger, and it should be enough damage. Still, he's invis. He's away with the Moonlight Shadow, still looking for the opportunities. The Ghosts are chasing them down. He's still alive because of Febby with the Tether.
This IO is such a beast.
Is he still out of this? Faker realizes, I mean, Abed, he might. No, he's not getting it. He has to go. Oh, the door! The arrow from MP. It connects the stun. He's gone. What a kill. 20
Yep.
seconds.
They know
Down
that he
and
does
out.
not have buyback, and they know even if he did, he doesn't have ultimate. So this could be the end. We'll see. Kyo, God's Strength up in 18 seconds. Aya doesn't really have a whole lot of mana, but relocates up in 4 seconds. So if he really needs to, he can go refill that bottle in the fountain and get a little bit more extra regen. But yeah, they have a lot of damage, and pretty much all their cooldowns are coming back up.
Liquid Fire to bring down this tier 3. QO brought back for this one. He's back in the fight. The rest of his team is with him to support him here. Bulbug tries to go in with the stun, but QO uses the BKB in the nick of time. Is not going to get stunned up and absolutely destroys him, deletes him off the map. And with that, they're going to be calling GG. As they were just on the cusp of Megas there. And now the Immortals taking map, or game 1 I should say. Again, been casting way too much of these fancy video games. And they are going to be the winners here. Game number 1, Series 2 here. The second series of the NA qualifiers here for Dota Pit. And what a game, honestly. Very close between them. Went to almost 50 minutes.
Yeah, that was an enjoyable match to watch. We need to find you a co-cast. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end up casting this whole thing with you, but we'll see. We'll be back after a couple-minute break, guys. And remember, there's no music on this stream. I fucking refuse. I would rather talk about stuff that you guys don't care about than put on music. That's how I feel right now. So we'll be right back.
So many games, and it's much more feasible to get casters. But even so, I feel like a caster should never be doing his own camera work, because they're worrying about so much more stuff on the side, the production and whatnot. And even so, I feel it just doesn't create a good viewer experience, right? It's much better when the casters are able to just focus entirely on the game.
I think if the casters are used to it, then it's not really that bad for the viewer. It's not even noticeable, honestly.
True.
Like I said, I used to actually, and I'm not being sarcastic here, I used to actually be good at camera. But that's when I used to cast a lot, right? So you just got used to it.
Smoke's broke.
Bulba, by the way, has the worst Nyx Assassin set in the game.
You don't like it?
God awful.
Crap.
It's the newest set too. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at this real quick.
Honestly, I didn't like a lot of the sets in that treasure.
This is just fucking Jesus Christ. What are you thinking with this set? Ugh. Okay, I'll try not to keep the camera on him at all this game.
Yo,
but no promises.
It's really not that bad. I feel like you're giving it way too much.
It's a crab.
Stick. Yeah, Nyx is a bug. Crabs are kind of crustacean-like. It fits the underwater theme.
No, I mean that's true. It does fit the underwater theme. But...
I kind of like it. I think you're being too mean.
No, I don't think so. You can't tell me
well,
I'm being mean when I'm the king of cosmetics, bro.
Are you?
How much is the BZZ set for Pugna?
It is.
Part of it is.
Part of it. He's got a bit of gold on him.
Yeah, this looks like a little amalgamation of items here.
Yeah, he's got the... No, it's not.
Oh, here's really one item that's BZZ. Yeah, one of them
does
is.
He?
Yeah.
Oh, he does, yeah. I see it. He's got it on the arms.
I mean, that's the thing about the Pugna sets, right? You have to have at least one BZZ item, or else it's not real. Top lane, by the way.
I'm paying attention. Oh, nice little T ward. Goodbye. Be eating that bad boy up straight away.
But yeah, just to kind of piggyback off what I was saying, as we might see some more action here, they're actually just
done. Too mad.
Wow.
That is big. I like that straight off the bat. Febby eating tons of damage.
Oh, that's nice.
But he's not out of the woodwork just yet. Mason is there. There you have it. First blood. Maybe hyped that up a little bit too much, but I don't give a hoot. I really don't care.
It's better to be overhyped than underhyped. That's my problem as a caster, is I'm underhyped all the time. This is how I cast like this.
They might actually get another kill here. Bobble does not have a stun.
Same game that we've been casting.
The
Brax.
guy just loves Dota.
Basically, everybody that I've messaged has ignored. I've said, "Hello, are you there?" And like, "Yes, how's it going?" I'm like, "Can you cast?" And then they just don't answer. That's 3 people right now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Dude, nobody wants to cast it, Brown. I don't know how to make it feel about
I
that.
don't blame them in the slightest. I'm gonna be honest. It's been rough. I've been feeling rough, but I don't care. I love Dota as a game. It's fun to cast.
Where is this CCNC guy, man?
Yeah, he said he'd cast, but did he respond to you on Twitter?
No,
that's the question.
He never tweeted at me. What's his Twitter?
There you go. I don't know. Don't ask me.
All right, let's see.
It's somewhere though. It's somewhere around here.
CCNC. CCNC. Dota 2. There we go.
Alright. I've got an update for Grant's internet, actually. He says, all of my city's internet is down. Oh, that is rough. I don't know if my internet's even still down. I believe it might be up now, but I don't want to say that because I want to keep casting with you.
Shut your mouth. I just tweeted at CCNC. We'll see if he'll be the fourth person to ignore me. God damn it. I have to cast in 5 hours, for fuck's sake.
No, you'll be alright. Don't you worry. I've done a lot of series today. You can manage it. Don't worry.
No, that's not the issue, friend. I have so much other work that I need to do that I can't.
No, you
now.
don't.
Yeah, fuck the miner. You know, screws Captain. We're not gonna do it anymore, guys.
We don't want it. We don't want it.
So yeah, there are 7 people in the lobby right now, and hopefully somebody will respond to me by that point. If not, then we will just continue.
I should join your thing. I'm going to tell the admins to just start. Just get this game undergo. Let's go.
Oh boy. Yeah,
But
somebody was saying that voice was actually more Kermit the Frog. That's kind of true. That's not what I'm trying, but
Like this voice right here. Hey, Brad, how are you doing today?
well, is that like that's not really Kermit though. It's in the same realm of Kermit, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep saying, yeah, I mean, and then not actually have anything to follow it up with.
That's fine. Nobody can match my what do I call this?
Prowess.
My bullshit skill, where I can.
It's
just talk about
incredible,
nothing.
honestly. It's a skill in itself. What do you want to talk about, actually? Do you have any topics? I mean,
it's not
I'm going to
like I
look at a
have
random
list of
thing in my
topics.
room and start talking about it. What about screwdrivers? What's your knowledge like on screwdrivers?
I'm actually a terrible handyman. I let my girlfriend do all that stuff. She
Are you
wears
for
the
real?
balls I'm actually serious. She has a set of pink like screwdriver, hammers, screws, all this stuff.
No, I can respect that. Yeah.
And I do not know how to do it myself.
It's very simple, right? You get the screwdriver and you slot it into the correct slot, and then you turn. When you're sure it fits, you just turn it either way. One side will unscrew it, one side will rescrew it, and that's the way it works. Breakdown of how you.
It sounds easy, but okay, here's the deal. So I used to be a laptop technician. Okay.
Yeah.
I started off as more of a remote guy, where people would call in, and then I would help fix stuff. Okay,
I feel you.
Then I became one that was more hands-on in like a student area for like a university. Students would come in and say, "Oh, I got a virus!" Oh, and like stop looking at porn first of all. Then I get rid of all the adware or like all that shit on the computer, spyware and whatnot. Then I had a very brief job, and there's a reason it was very brief. This is where my handyman stuff comes into, where I fix laptops physically. I fuck them up so bad because I am like I can build a computer just fine, but when it comes to laptop, everything is so precise, so small, so miniature, and you have to use these baby screwdrivers. I don't know, dude. I could end up like putting it back together, and there'd be like 5 screws extra. I'm like, wait,
boy.
what?
You're one of those guys, right?
So that's why I let the old GF do the handyman stuff. You know.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. At the end of the day, you have to be. I feel like you can't truly be happy unless you can recognize your faults, right? Like I embrace the fact that I don't have the balls in the relationship as far as like actually doing useful things. But as you can see here, I do have useless skills like being able to talk about absolutely nothing for God knows how long.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. I mean, I used to do a lot of repairs on laptops and PCs. I actually stopped because I used to work, right, for a phone shop. You've heard this story many times, but did you know that I also fixed laptops in my spare time at the same time? And I had to stop it because the first and only customer I ever fixed the laptop for, I fixed a broken screen. I ordered in a new screen. I replaced it. Very easy, very straightforward. I didn't charge her out the roof like some other places would because I felt sorry for her. And she comes back to me with another cracked screen and says, "You said you'd replace this for free." And I said, "Nope, I really didn't." And then she threatened to kill me and get her boyfriend on me. So I got her banned from the store. Yeah. I got her banned from the store,
Jesus.
and then I just never did it again because of that one experience.
So now you're scarred for life at fixing people's laptops.
Yeah, and that's my excuse every time anyone asks me to take a look at anything.
Gracious me. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, just growing up as like this tech guy, I guess you could call me. It's actually very annoying when like family members, oh, can you fix this? It's like always, please fix my computer. Please fix my computer. I'm like, God, I don't want to do this anymore. So that's why I got
And
into
that's when you
casting.
became this.
Yeah.
This thing.
Now I can say, hey, I haven't actually, even though of course I know how to fix their issues. All they have to do is not download viruses. But you know,
Very
other
easy.
than that, yeah, I've gotten away with not having to fix people's computers. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I think the best part about becoming a full-time esports guy is the fact that I don't have to sell phones anymore. I think that's the best part. Because I don't like selling phones. They're not that interesting, you know. I buy a phone. To be fair, I spend a lot of money on my current phone, but that's only because I wanted a decent camera, but it's nice, you know. I can just focus on what's important, like video games. Just
There's
pushing,
nothing more
pushing
important
back.
than video games.
Pushing back from real life as hard as I possibly can. So hard that I managed to turn it into a job. Very impressive.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to you, by the way. You are.
What are we?
This is your
Thank
first year of doing it.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'm very excited for you. Mine was a very scary year. There wasn't a whole lot of money back then either, so I just got incredibly lucky.
Yeah, that's brave. That is brave.
Dropped out.
Luckily,
of,
I'm in a position where I know I'm going to be getting regular work, so, yeah.
Not after this cast.
You're out. Get out of here.
I'm actually looking forward to you evolving as. I know you're doing Overwatch, but really looking to evolving as a Dota caster because you guys, you have to understand. Like, first of all, I think you've done a great job, especially dealing with a piece of shit like me. But you have not had any experience, and probably actually to this day have not had real experience casting with a real co-caster. You got to cast half a game with Grant, and then the rest has been with me, and then other people that I have no idea who they are. But you haven't actually got to cast with like Grant for like an extended period of time, or Purge, which you will tomorrow. So I think that's going to help you a lot.
I think it's a big transition as well. Like, it's my own fault jumping into Dota again because I you know, this isn't my first time casting Dota as much as it might seem so. I do actually do the open qualifiers on my own channels and stuff because I do genuinely love the game. I've got a lot of hours into it. I play it all the time with my real life friends who should not be into Dota in the slightest, right? These guys, they played FIFA and that was pretty much it. They played FIFA and Call of Duty. And somehow I got 5 of these guys into playing Dota 2 on PC. I don't know how I did it.
That's impressive.
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't know how, but they play it. They love it. They're almost as addicted as me. So it's good. We're all as bad as each other. That's the best part about Dota as well. Is it's fun even when you're awful.
Well, is it okay? Here's the thing, though. If you're all equally awful, sure.
Yeah.
If you have one person that's just better, then that person is going to be miserable, and then you guys will not be friends anymore.
We because I know a guy from the Tier 2 scene, a guy called Roy, right? He's 6K MMR in Dota. And this is the guy I asked for all the information on the scene and stuff when I need to catch up or whatever. But he sometimes plays with us, his normal unranked games. And God almighty, he just takes fat steaming shits on everyone. And it's crazy to see, honestly. It is crazy.
5 seconds.
Seem to be ready though. We're headed into the game.
Oh yeah, I got the draft on. We're ready to go. No co-casters got back to me. Purge was spectating game. Now he's not spectating game, but he's still ignoring me. So you guys are stuck with the old Bren Sons fan cast. Congratulations.
I like it. Honestly, this has been a good bit of banter between us. You know, not many casters can keep up.
I agree. The banter's good, right? And for me, that makes a good cast. So I feel like this is a good cast. The only issue is I want you to grow as a caster, and I know this is not helping you whatsoever. Because
don't worry
some
about
stuff that I
Trust
say
me.
that's smart might actually be horribly incorrect as well.
I'm not listening to you at all. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, good.
It's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
What is this thing on the flag? What is that? Is that a clown? Oh, is that Joker?
That's the Immortals logo.
What?
What are you talking about?
On the DC flag, the bottom.
Oh, on DC's flag?
Yes.
That is a clown. Oh my god. How long has that been there?
This is a new flag for sure. You know, the old flag used to have my face on the back. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That was actually an Easter. See, this doesn't constitute as an Easter egg because it's literally right in your fucking face. You know,
That's
the other
true.
one.
Yeah.
The other one was there for literal 3 to 4 months.
I mean,
before anybody noticed
I
it.
wouldn't have spotted it, to be honest. I wouldn't have spotted it.
I know. I'm a genius.
I like how the Immortals flag though is just suspended in air.
It's
just-
not even a flag. It actually looks horrible.
It's not a flag.
It's just. This is not. Come on, guys. You can do better than this.
The logo is nice though. I really like the Immortals logo and colors schemes that they got going on.
I hate the colors. Actually, I think the
you,
logo.
you,
is
you don't
cool.
like the teal?
Teal/turquoise are my bottom of the barrel. Literal worst
God,
colors.
who am
Like I would
speaking to?
like brown is way higher up, for example, and brown's a pretty shit color.
I don't agree with this at all.
All right, like if you look at Centaur, right? Do you think turquoise/teal looks good on him? The answer is no, because that color doesn't look good on anything.
5 seconds remaining.
Why would you put it on that? No, but like in terms of a jersey style, yeah, sure. But I'm not saying you should deck out these like ancient beings in teal and turquoise. That's not what I'm saying
But
here.
they're not decked out. It's just like a highlight. They're like, oh, we'll just put a little highlight, yeah? Nice turquoise color. I don't think so.
That's your painter voice, is it? That's what you think the people at the art department of Dota sound like, is it?
I'm going to. I don't know what accent this is.
Getting into the realms of racism very quickly.
Yeah, I could
Let's-
do the British accent with you if you'd like.
that.
We could do an entire cast
I
like
was about to
this.
say that's awful, but that was actually kind of
Hey,
okay.
this is a nice British accent for you. It's kind of a Cockney, though, right?
It's very Cockney. It's very. It's,
Yes, but
it's
I
what
could
American
do-
people think a British accent
Right,
sounds
but
like.
I could do a normal British accent like this.
Do a bristleback impression for me.
This is Bristleback for you. No, that's terrible. That was horrible.
That's terrible. It's Cockney. Bristleback is a Cockney accent.
Hey, I'm from
You're gonna-
Scotland, laddie. I wish I could do that voice better, but
Yeah.
it's not much.
Flax
not
does an
much you can do
incredible
about it.
lunar impression. I'll give him
Yeah,
that
but
much.
it's very annoying, so you don't really want to hear it more than once.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Stand to back.
Don't let him know that I enjoy it.
The Dire get a bag.
He's saying it to me all the time. But we should talk about the draft. I mean, it is underway. It's almost halfway done, actually.
Oh, I forgot there's a
speaking of the
wisp.
draft.
Yeah, it just looks like part of the mini map or part of the map here. Why?
Yeah, so the wisp has been, once again, they're going to be stealing that bad boy up. First pick material for them. Funny enough, Digital Chaos actually
10 seconds.
emphasizing the Night Stalker ban, which is interesting because this is very much a
5
meta that's
seconds remaining.
revolved around a sort of, I guess, position fours in a way. And a lot of games, Night Stalker does squeak past about a pick or a ban these days, but he's still very good map control wise. He's got a stun, a silence. He does well for himself.
Yeah, he's a good hero. I mean, vision in general is probably the most important thing in Dota,
Yeah.
other than having competent teammates. But that, this is a professional level. You don't have to really worry about that unless you're working about Bulba. But other than that, the vision is probably the most important. So Night Stalker, sorry.
Well, apparently
provides a lot
that
of
clown is a grant is a grant emote.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Oh wow,
Today I learned.
that is interesting.
But getting back to my point
Here's
here,
the
because I'm
radio
very,
ban.
Oh
very,
no, we
very
don't
important
need to
points
listen
being
to
made.
that.
The vision is very, very important. But no, like in all seriousness, night vision is
Yeah,
like huge. Like you can look at Coddle, he has Ags or something, and he provides like this clear vision during the day, which is huge. That's really good.
10
But
seconds.
it's not nearly as good as providing the same thing at night. Like
5
it's
seconds
literally just
remaining.
broken. It's just broken. It's way too good.
Dire's turn.
it is
to
broken.
big.
Vision is one of the more important aspects in Dota that isn't really talked about to a degree, but it is so important, and it's incredibly strong. A lot of people don't even realize it in other games as well, so to speak. But I won't go into that. And I mean, the answer to that is, you pick up the Monkey King, you get a lot of that sort of high ground vision as well off the back of his him moving about in the trees. That's a good answer towards the vision issue that they've got. But it's incredible in Dota as well as a game. It can really just be, give you the win or the loss at the end of the day.
5
I love
seconds
Night Stalker as a hero.
remaining.
He's very strong.
Yes, but unfortunately, he won't be in this game, even though we've talked about him for about a million years. We're going to see a Lich, which this is a hero that was like first banned, first pick material, and has lately just been kind of slipping into the second phase, or not even picked at all sometimes. But they're getting that for, obviously, Lich does a lot of things. Pretty much everything you need. You win the lane, you get armor. And the
I
ult
think
is
the
pretty
biggest
good.
thing is the slows, right? From all of his abilities. Like a while ago, they made it so his chain frost and his ice blast, what the heck it's called, is they're like
there's
mutually
Bristleback. You
exclusive
called it.
slows. Hey, Bristleback!
No, but you're right.
Bristleback.
Yeah, you're right about the slow stacking now. pretty huge.
Yeah, that. When they made that change, I was like, wow, okay. Frost Blast, Chain Frost, they're going to be
10 seconds.
be working out pretty well together. And then, of course, you've got the Ice Armor on top of that. You need to really consider all of these things are adding up. And then they buffed the way denying works with range creeps, giving more XP, and then he just became out of control. It's kind of crazy. You have a lot of impact with him. Bristleback was sort of the talk of the town for quite some time as well recently, but he fell off. Recent nerfs and whatnot made him a bit of a problem. But interesting that they picked the Bristleback into the Lich when they've got so much kiting capabilities. That's a bit of a question mark to me.
Yeah, but he is a tanky mother effer. You know, he doesn't have to worry about like an AA or anything like that, although that is not banned out actually. But I guess we have enough supports going around that doesn't really matter. The Monkey King is really cool though. The Monkey King we've been seeing a lot as one position, which is great. Obviously, we'll have to go against the Lich armor, which is a little bit annoying for him. But if you get like an Echo Saber, then it's not really that big of an issue. All you got to do is get those stacks up, and then you're just owning everybody. But you're right with this. You have like ice armor against both Monkey King and Bristleback. Technically, you have a lot of kite potential for Bristleback in particular. And the cool thing about Nyx that I always look for, because I feel like this hero is just incredibly good, one of the best heroes in the game for sure. And the spike carapace working against specific heroes in a like kind of a count, like it counters them to some degree. Like obviously the big one is the Bat Rider. Then you have people like Ember Spirit. You're able to spike carapace while he's jungling or something like that. Bristleback's not exactly the same, but if you have enough damage on Bristleback, obviously he's gonna be spamming quills anyway. But if he's not trying to cast anything, he can't help but squirt out a little quill spray every now and then, right? If he's taking damage.
You make it sound honestly disgusting.
And that could...
You're just going to squirt out a little bit of...
Yeah, like, for example, you're Vendeta'd up, right? And you can spike Carapace while you're invisible still now. So you pop the spike Carapace, then you impale... Or, sorry, not impale. You Vendetta into Bristleback. That procs his Bristleback, or his Quill Spray, and he'll just stun himself, which gives you a guaranteed impale. And then Mana Burn's really pretty good against Bristleback because he's kind of mana dependent. And yeah, I think it's a good hero. The Bristleback is weird, is what I'm trying to come to here, Bren. It is a weird.
Yeah, because